Hey, it's Master Dad with Beach Cities Martial Arts, and today I wanted to talk to you about discipline. What martial arts is usually known to be known for, but a lot of people have a misunderstanding on discipline in a modern sense. A lot of people mistake punishment and discipline. They are two different things. But before we get into this, I want to know, since I'm live, who am I talking with? If you're watching this live, put your city, where you're from, Manhattan Beach, or anywhere you're watching from. Also, put in, give me some love, give me some likes. I want to see those hearts go across the screen. So, if you're interested in having your children be the most disciplined, what we call the self-discipline, doing things the first time would be good discipline. Self-discipline is doing things without being told. If you want your children to master self-discipline, martial arts there's no better way to do that. So you can check out our website, beachcitymartialarts.com, for an exclusive offer. Click or call us at 424-257-0662. So now, the three-step method to getting your children as disciplined as possible without all the heartache. So, as I said, we need to go into discipline versus punishment from it. A punishment usually is used to shut down a behavior. You're trying to stop a child from doing what they shouldn't be doing rather than encourage them to do what they should be doing. And it's hard when you use discipline to maintain a high relationship of trust and self-confidence. A lot of times, the children feel, mentally beat up when they're disciplined, which is not necessarily always bad. Sometimes that's necessary, but it's not the ideal. When you discipline a child properly, you maintain a very high relationship of trust with them and help them develop self-confidence. When you punish them, you actually create a wall, and you decrease, really ruins that trust and that self-confidence. So we want to try to move away from punishment as much as possible. So there's three steps to achieving discipline, and that's getting your child to do what you should be doing or stop them from doing something they shouldn't be doing. So first one is to connect with them. You need to connect on an emotional level. Get down to their side. And when they've done something wrong or you're trying to get them to do something, make sure they aren't upset, or especially if you yelled at them first or whatever. Wait, and you're not placating their hair. You're just waiting them to calm down and know that they're being loved and cared for, even when they've done something wrong. And when they're upset, they're less likely to listen to what you have to say. Not because they don't want to, they just aren't processing it. So wait for them to calm down for it, and then you need to redirect. Basically, if they were playing ball in the house, use an old Brady Bunch example for some of those parents who are old enough, you would sit there, should you have been discuss with them, should you have been doing this behavior, or in this case, playing ball in the house? And you say, no, well, and then you would go to them to think, then that way they have to think about it. Okay, should I have been doing this? And obviously they know they shouldn't have. And then you can even go over why, make sure the expectations ahead of time were set, like why they don't put, why the expectations weren't met. You have to make sure that they clearly know they weren't supposed to play ball in the house. And if they knew that, then the next step to thinking, what could you have done inside? The second step is redirecting their behavior. Where could you have played ball? As the example we're using for the behavior they didn't like, or for instance, let's see, jumping in mud puddles, picking on your sister. There's a lot of different things, either things they shouldn't be doing or things like brushing their teeth or putting their clothes in the hamper, whatever the behavior is you want them to perform or not. So you would literally ask them, what would have been a better choice for them to make? And given 3 and 4-year-olds, this is a little tougher with, but definitely kids 5 and older should be able to do that. You should be able to do this with. And discuss how that you can solve that problem in the future, and reiterate what the rules are and the parameters. Make sure it's fully explained out once again. And the last step after redirect is repair. You have to discuss necessary steps, like would solve the problem. How, if you say, oh, where could you have played ball better? You say, instead of in the living room, in my room. No, that wouldn't be a better choice. You could play it outdoors. You could have played a board game indoors. Help them review the choices to make if it was a good choice. So once again, the 3 steps to good discipline rather than punishment is connect, redirect, and repair. So those won't work every time, and we need to go over, you have to have a backup plan for when that doesn't happen. But before they do, who's on here now? Anybody on? We'll make sure I'm not talking to the void. Also, if you want, these are the type of methods we use in our teaching. So if you're interested in having your child learn martial arts in this manner, you can go to beachdaysmartialarts.com for our exclusive offer. Click the link there or call us at 424-257-0662. And now we'll go up to the backup plan, because remember, you don't have a plan if you don't have a backup plan. Unfortunately, we don't like to use the word punishment so much, but you could use the term consequences. When those 3 steps fail, the connect, redirect, and repair, then there's consequences. And ideally, when we discuss setting before when you set parameters initially, make sure they have clear understanding what they should and should not do. In those, that's where you can also put in your consequences. And when those 3 things don't work, that's when consequences are the ideal thing. And make sure the punishment fits the crime, or in this case, make sure the consequences fit the crime. If they can't play, they're not supposed to play ball in the house, then they can't play ball anywhere. Whatever your parenting style is, make it that level. Don't go nuclear option if it's not warranted. But definitely make sure when giving any rules to your child, you can put the initial consequences in there in those rules, so that when you have to use a backup, they know it's coming. So if you found that was helpful, we'd love to have you come to the school. If you watch this whole video, I've been talking for a couple minutes, put hashtag discipline if you're disciplinarian in the good sense, or punishment if you are more into the old school hardcore discipline. And we will have a special offer for you that's not on our website for you to enroll your kids in either a normal martial art program or a summer camp. Once again, I'm David Dow, owner of Beach Days Martial Arts, and I hope to see you in class soon.